And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Kev Calls TV. I am Kevin Hazelwood, and we're watching live the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League Week 9 underway. I'm so lost in my head right now, ladies and gentlemen, but eventually I'll get things under control. But we're here for a great time this evening, ladies and gentlemen, live at the track that is just too tough to tame, and that's Darlington Raceway. These boys and girls up here in the Xfinity Open League are going to earn those stripes tonight. That's right. We got the number 27 of Scott Wilkerson out there cutting those qualification laps as we speak right now, doing a good job out there. We've got everybody trying to get competitive lap times laid out there because we want to see where they fall out on the field originally, where they stand. And like you see there, ladies and gentlemen, once again, too tough to tame. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, 1 to 5 on Sunday, live from Darlington, South Carolina at the Raceway. Guys, we got 150 laps lined up here, like I was saying a moment ago, and it is going to be completely action-packed on the track. Joshua Parent back from a suspension. Couple drivers back from suspensions on the track, and it's the 4th of July week, so you're going to get to see a couple of them out there with some different paint schemes than we've been seeing out there. Throwback Tuesday is what they're going with today. All kinds of different cars on the track. Eli Minnick out there trying to make it towards the front of the field to start this race off. We're going to have a heck of a time here. And guys, before we get the show underway, we'll go ahead and talk about how things are going for the championship standings right now. We've got Birdhouse Motorsports. They've been up front on top the entire time, and they are still there now with 897 points after last week's race. 825 points going to Dolls Mechanical, sitting in second place in the points right now for the teams. And Bitcoin Boy Racing out there with 758 points. They keep up what they're doing, though. There ain't going to be no stopping them from taking over out there. They've got all their drivers back on the field this week, so much more points for that team to come to the board, more than likely. K-Bomb Racing pulling up 4th place for the teams right now with 739 points for that team. Chaos Motorsports is out there with 530 late joiners, but big-time bloomer out there making their way through the field is Chaos Motorsports. We've got Spear Motorsports out there with only 2 members on that team, 524 points, nipped away from 5th place of Chaos Motorsports, but Spear Motorsports hanging in there, making up a tough place right there. 7th position for the teams going to Top It Off Racing.com. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's the team standings right now. And in the freaking top up there, up at the very, very tippity top of this list here, in the point standings for the individual championship, Mason Thompson is pulling away with this thing. He is 65 points ahead, and he's not looking back anytime soon. Jason Spears right behind him. Magnus Anderson's coming in 3rd place with 214 points. Jason Chilton, 4th place. 5th place, Chandler Clark. Michael Sellers is 6th place. 7th place, Rachel Hunt. 8th place, John Crawford. 9th place, Troy Baker. Cody Dahl in 10th place. We're only going to go to 10th place for the standings right now, ladies and gentlemen, because I do believe it is race time. And we'll go ahead and get this grid up here and holler out what we have on the track for us today. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And starting this grid out for us, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Chandler Clark on the pole right now, and we have lost the SD case. This is not good. We're going to get those back up here momentarily. Technical difficulties at hand yet again, ladies and gentlemen, as we're starting this thing off. Chandler Clark on the pole. Mason Thompson is going to start outside him right there in second position. Third place is going to go to Ryan Allen with Cody Dahl on the outside there. Fifth place going to be Billy Van Meter with Joshua Divers. Keith Hume going to be in seventh place behind fifth of Billy Van Meter there. Eighth place going to Troy Baker on the outside line, inside line. Ninth place going to Wyatt Frank. Kendrick Hom for Chaos Motorsports going to be 10th position on the outside there. 11th place going to John Crawford. Mark Maui Math in 12th position on the outside of John. And Rachel Hunt coming in 13th in the 61 machine out there. 19 car coming in 14th place, driven by Joshua Parrott, making his return to the track there. Jason Spear in 15th. Ryan Hatch, 16th. Magnus Anderson, 17th. Chris Vickery, 18th position. 19th position going to Barry Kramer. We got a good race going to go on about here, ladies and gentlemen. Can't wait for this thing to get underway. 19th, Barry Kramer. 20th position going to Eli Minnick with Kim Krause in 21st. With outside him, Scott Wilkerson. Christopher Hodgson, 23rd. 24th place going to Jason Chilton. Isaac Campbell, 25th. 26th, Rob Higgs Jr., ladies and gentlemen. That's the grid. That's the lineup. That's who's checked in for action today. Wish them luck, because they're going to need boatloads of it as they get to this tiny track that's got a big old bite on each end of it. Good luck to them. Let's hope for the best. And this thing should be getting underway momentarily. They're going to have a big speech from race control over top. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take this time to let you know that this race is brought to you here live on Kev Coles TV. We're live on iRacing, ladies and gentlemen. Your home for simulated racing experience right here live. iRacing is the place to be. No place gets it better. The telemetry, the physics, everything is perfect when it comes to this stuff here. And they're going to get around this little track, little doggy. They're going to bark like they got a big voice underneath them. And the action's going to get down here at Darlington Raceway on Tuesday, July 2nd. Of the year 2024. Billy Van Meter, Chandler Clark, Mason Thompson, Cody Dahl, Ryan Allen with Joshua Divers up there. That front three rows, those drivers there are going to put that pedal down and try to hold off the fast guys that are in the back right now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I was here yesterday evening. They were having their practice session, getting familiarized with the track here. And I personally laid eyes on that Magnus Anderson going around this track, and he is absolutely fast yet again this week. So I don't know how we're going to be able to hold him back there. And it is go time, ladies and gentlemen. They are off up here in the front of this race. The green flag is flying out long and proud out here at Darlington Raceway. Chandler Clark is gone, baby. Mason Thompson in the 81 on the outside line, tuck it in right behind him there. That guy has won almost every race that we've had here in the league this season. He's only not coming first in 3 of them. 5 dubs for the driver of that number 81 of Mason Thompson. Cody Dahl pulling off 3rd position right now, running in behind him. He's going to choke up there, going to try to keep Cody on his toes. Not Cody, but Mason on his toes the entire race. We've got Ryan Allen back out on the track as well. He's been out with, I think, real life racing going on in the 51 machine there, but he's back here with us on the track now, having a good old time, throwing down some fast lap times is the driver there. his teammate. Look at him, 3 deep behind him. 4th, 5th, 6th place right now, ladies and gentlemen. It's all Chaos Motorsports. Ryan Allen, Joshua Divers, and team owner and operator Billy Van Meter coming in 6th position right now. Keith Hume out there for Dahl Mechanical in the 21, really making up some good space on the track right now. Starting off in 7th, he's going to hold on to it for the time being as his young teammate behind him starts to, looks like, lose a little bit of time to his partner there as they're continuing on. We're 3 laps deep out of 110. And young Kendrick Hom dropping back right there. We seen him tap the wall just a little bit. He really fell back in the field. He's going to ride the high line here. We'll see if the rest of the drivers seem to pull around him there. Oh, got some real big contact there in the back end of Mr. Hom. Really like to see what exactly caused that, but don't have time to go check it up because we'll miss the good action. And a wreck! We got one. They're down to the inside line there. Those drivers just pushed right off the edge there. See if we can pull that up real quick as that went down. Green flag still flying. No yellow came out. They went to the inside line. Those 2 drivers are way back in the back now. All by themselves. Looks like the 27 of Scott Wilkerson and Eli Minnick might have been caught up in that little incident there. And the 21 of Keith Hume up 1 position now. Kendrick Hom falling back is the reason back being. Mark Math making his way up through the field. Guys, once again, it's anybody's ball game. But he's already made his way out to the front. The 81, Mason Thompson, first place right now, but he's got Cody Dahl. Like I said, Cody is going to put the bumper to the 81 for as long as physically possible around this track because he is not content with 2nd place behind that driver, considering he's already had 5 big wins and is guaranteed to go to the chase. Cody wants his shot. Divers falling back. I'm sorry, going up a spot right now. Keith Hume up another one as well. We've got John Crawford up 3 positions. Troy Baker up back 1 from when he started there in 9th place. He started on the 8th. He's riding that high line through 3 and 4. He's got Mark Math behind him in the 199. And they're right on the rear of John L. Crawford. Should be some really good racing. I'm surprised the yellow did not come out earlier with the little incident between Scott Wilkerson, and I want to say it was Kendrick Hom. Pretty bad incident between the 2. Let's see what it looks like from the static cameras around the track here. That's them coming out of turn 2, ladies and gentlemen, onto that back stretch. Awesome scene as they go around the track. Absolutely good racing going on now. Mason Thompson's up in the front of the pack right now. Got about a 10th of a second on Cody Dahl as they make their way through. Towards the back of the pack, Jason Chilton in 19th position, making his way up through the pack. Now, that's a good driver right there. Oh, yellow flag out, and we were live to see the 19 involved in that action right there. Let's the 99 of Kim Kraus. And we'll back it up just a little bit more from right here. It didn't get back far enough. We'll stop her right there. We'll bring the camera around behind the drivers. And what we're going to go on here, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to rewind it just a little bit more to catch it right from the entry of the turn here. And we've got the number 4, Jason Chilton, with the number 99 of Kim Krause here. And 4 coming through. We've got the slide up there, the 99 holding his line quite steady right there. The 4 going to clear that nose off, and what it was is just through the turn. I'm curious as to if we're on 3 or 4 right here on the turn. I cannot see the track position. Let's back it up again. And that's 1 and 2. Just didn't have the room, Mr. Chilton. Unfortunately, that motor blew on the 4. Looks like the 99 may have lucked out and gets to keep control of that machine and will be able to continue on racing here with us. And after 13 laps of intense action, the 81 out front now with Cody Dahl on his 6 in second place. Third place going to be Chandler Clark. Ryan Allen in 4th position now. Joshua Divers, 5th place. 6th place going to Wyatt Frink. Keith Hume checking into the pits. Going to give up that 7th place position now, going to John L. Crawford with 8th place going to Mark Maui Math. Troy Baker, the baby maker, 9th position to that driver right now currently. Ryan Hatch for Bitcoin Boy. They got 10th place going on. Those drivers are sitting 10th, 11th, and 12th place with the leader also there. So 11th place, Joshua Parrott. 12th place, Magnus Anderson. Joshua Parrott guaranteed a spot in the chase. Magnus Anderson guaranteed a spot in the chase. Mason Thompson guaranteed a spot in the chase. And on down that list in 13th position is the last man guaranteed that spot in the chase, Jason Spear of Spear Motorsports. We've got Chris Vickery coming in 14th right now with Barry Kramer in 15th position. 16th going to Rachel Hunt with Rob Higgs Jr. in 17th right now. 18th going to Eli Minnick. 19th position, Scott Wilkerson. Isaac Campbell, 20th. 21st, Keith Hume. 22nd, Billy Van Meter. 23rd, Christopher Hodgson. 24th going to be Kim Krause. Jason Chilton going to check out along with Kendrick Halm, who's been out for a few more laps. Hom back out on the track, though, going to make those up now. Absolutely going to look like a fine evening for all the drivers here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They are here to race. I am a little shocked and awed about the one coming down when it did. I didn't think they were going to last that long. It's nothing against the drivers. It's just the track. Turn 1's got that large diamond that everyone likes to run, and that's the cause of that 4 right there as he was running his diamond, and the 99 was holding his line because he knew he had a car on the inside. So there wasn't – he knew he wouldn't be able to go down, so he was just holding where he was at and going to ride it out that way and hope for the best. Unfortunately for him, the 4 had the idea, I think I'm fast enough to just be clear of him, and he just barely missed it. Just barely missed it. Wasn't his fault. Wasn't intentional. It was just racing right there from those 2 drivers. Pace cars off. We're going to have green flag racing coming back at you, ladies and gentlemen. Mason Thompson with the control in the restart zone. And we're back. Woo-woo. Looks like Cody Dahl had a little bit of a hiccup there in his restart. And there they are coming through turns 1 and 2 onto the backstretch for the continuation of this race. Lap 16 underway here at Darlington. And we got Mark Math back here with Ryan Hatch, Troy Baker, Joshua Parent, and Magnus Anderson racing it out back here, trying to get 10th away from that 18. Good times going on the track. We got the 34 of young Wyatt Frank with the 199 of Maui Math. Mark Math coming to the inside of the 34 there. He had the faster line, and what a great job by that young driver keeping that up in that wall once he tapped it a little bit. He lost about 4 spots right there, but the action kept going, and he's still racing as well. What a good shot coming through 3 and 4 there. Big, long turn coming around here at Darlington Raceway. Coming onto that front stretch now through. Yeah. Look at him go. We got the 83 Jason Spear trying to make his way up through that pack now. He's trying to keep that point system alive for his entire team. They're trying to bring the team up. There's only 2 drivers of them out there on the track doing that. And that would be Rachel Hunt of the 61 and the 83 of Jason Spear for Spear Motorsports. I have a correction to make. I did say there was 150 laps earlier on when we started this thing. It looks like it's only going to be 110 laps around Darlington Raceway. Mason Thompson starting to check out. Now he's got about 5 car lengths between him and Chandler Clark. Chandler going to put that pedal down to do everything in his power to catch back up to Mason Thompson as he just seemingly does what he does best, and that's lead races. The slight discrepancy in lap times here. We got a 30.2 ran by Mason Thompson the last time around. There we go. 34.6 for the 10 of Cody Dahl. A little bit more respectable, a little bit steadier with the leader there. Gonna have to keep that very consistent for a long, long time to be able to even catch back up or stay ahead of anybody else. I mean, Mason's got, man, he is rolling. Checking in with the back of the field here. Back here in 15th positions, Rachel Hunt with Chris Vickery right on her heels. And I do mean back there right on her heels. Behind him is good teammates Isaac Campbell, Barry Kramer in between the two of them. Rob Higgs Jr. top it off. Racing out there in the number 14 car. Looks like the only driver for top it off is Rob Higgs this week. The other ones had other obligations going down. Scott Wilkerson in the 27 out there. Solo driver doing a fine job. Yellow flag is out, and we will catch and see. Ooh. Oh! We got bad problems, guys. Bad things just happened on that track. Almost seemingly right in front of our very own eyes. Ooh. Oh. What in the world happened right there? We're going to have to get one more time on this. Stop the action. Oh, no. And directly rewind. It looks like it's right here. All right, let's get the far chase from the rear on this because we've got this wreck right on us. And quarter speed as we come out the exit here. We got the 199. Oh, and that looks like he connected with the 28 of John Crawford and immediately pulled her to the left to get away from the field. Too much speed on the vehicle and the impact on the inside wall going to bring that driver back out. And he clearly has those tires locked up, turned left to straighten the car out to give people room around. Gets clipped again by another driver. There's the 61's impact on the 199, sending him in a whirlwind spin down the middle of the back stretch. Ooh. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to, there it is. There's the 14 of Rob Higgs catching him again. And let's just go ahead and stop her. Rewind. Let's grab the rear angle here. Oh, wow. So he's coming in the spin. There's the 40 of Isaac Campbell to the top side there. Billy Van Meter going to barely get by. Rob Higgs Jr. nails him. Kendrick Hom caught up in that as well right there. There's the rest of Rachel Hunt. That motor's dead on that driver. She had nothing she could do. Oh, wow. All right, let's go here. And let's catch it from above. Great camera. We'll get back just a little bit more because like I said, we know that the action happened right here off the exit of the turn. Just a slight contact. He pulls away. Pow! Into the wall. Whammy! Vickery going to make it around. Higgs going to get caught up. Oh. Let's go back to Higgs. Let's rewind and see if any other contact was made. To Rob Kendrick Hom. Look at that, the 21 of Keith getting completely checked up. Great drive. That's a terrible big wreck right there. We were expecting one or two of them. Didn't think it'd be that bad. Some good drivers sitting out now, and nothing they could do to prevent that from happening there. Once again, the driver of the 199, tires were turned away from the field to straighten back out. They were definitely locked up, using brake to keep it away, and there was nothing they could do. The sheer impact of the wall threw that car into the field, unfortunately, and we are going to be back to racing. Chandler Clark starting in second position, even with third place. I am completely lost as to why the 16 would do what he just did. Wow, he is gone. The 81 taking off, ladies and gentlemen. Lap 28 underway. 16 falling way back. There's a tactic at hand right here. We don't yet know what it is by this driver, Chandler Clark of Birdhouse Motorsports. But he fell way back. He did not start next to the driver. He just let him go. Not something you see every day. Now, guys, we've got Rob Higgs Jr. out. We've got Rachel Hunt out. We've got Mark Math out. We've got Kendrick Hom out. Kim Krause out. Jason Chilton out. 6 drivers checked in. They have already checked out, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunate circumstances happened, and they're no longer with us. 20 drivers on the field. Going to race this thing out to the end, and hopefully it's action-packed and fun-filled for everybody's viewing pleasure here on Kev Calls TV. If you're just now joining us, welcome in. You're watching the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League live on Kev Calls TV. Action being called by me, Kevin Hazelwood. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Hope my voice is here to please you. And we are going around lap 31. Green flag still flying high. And the Bitcoin boys are checking in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now in the race. First place, Mason Thompson, Ryan Hatch, Magnus Anderson, Joshua Parent. They're all teammates. They're all part of the same little squad. Cody Dahl going to be the wrench in that little cog right now as he speeds around the outside of Joshua Parent in his number 10 Dahl Mechanical. Action, action, action. Billy Van Meter, let's get a good look at this car back here. He made it by the skin of his teeth through that wreck just a moment ago. Him and the number 40 of Isaac Campbell just boop, popped right on through there and just lucked out. Bigger than anything, did they? Number 40 looking good right behind that blue and black. Support your police officers paint scheme there on the 23 for Billy Van Meter. Once again, Cody Dahl trying to drive that wedge through the teammates up there. The number 10 making his way up into third place once again. The 56 going to graze that wall as they come through 1 and 2. Not really what you want to do there. Close as possible without touching. Looks like the 10 grabbed the wall on the exit. And look at this shot right here as they're coming off of 4, coming through that Geico restart zone. We've got the 83, the 34, and the 11 up there racing it out. Good times on the track. I'm sorry, the 19 out there racing it out. He's got a 22 on his car. It's kind of confusing to call a little bit of action right there to Joshua Parent. Really would be nice for the drivers in the league to match their numbers on their car with their league number. Really does make a lot of things a little bit difficult up in here when you see extra numbers on the track. 21 of Keith Hume got the number 40 car of Isaac Campbell coming in hot, baby. Coming in hot. He got the pass before the turn, so he's going to go ahead and make this thing happen. Yellow flag. Yellow flag.
Fuel whenever you can, but doing a really good job. Tell me about your race car when you can.
Oh no, Jason Spear. The 34 of young Wyatt Frink coming across the nose of the 83. They're going to take that driver out of action. Ouch. Anybody else? Anybody else? Does he get it? Oh, good job checking up there, sir. 34 going to hold it in the wall the entire time, and 83 going to get checked up down low. Gives everybody room. Should be good to go. Nice, easy peasy wreck. Let's go ahead and get it one more time real quick. It's right after Wyatt come across his nose right there. Now we're on a different angle than we were just a moment ago. See if we can get rewound and catch it perfectly. As the 34 coming through. Really low right there on the exit. Now you're right at turn exit. And there's nowhere you can go. I think he was trying to stay above the 56 there. But once again, he had nowhere that he could go. And the number 3 car of Christopher Vickery getting down below the wreck there. It looks like 2 cars involved in that. Unfortunate for Spear Motorsports there. Both drivers now out of action here tonight at Darlington. That is terrible. And now we got Cody Dahl out front, ladies and gentlemen. After that caution's on. After that yellow flag waving up there, we've got some teammates opting to go in and get their fuel together. They've got strategy going on here. 65% limited fuel here at the Birdhouse Xfinity Racing League. And the number 10 of Cody Dahl going to take the lead now. with Ryan Allen in second place. Third place going to Joshua Divers. Chris Vickery coming all the way up to fourth position now. Troy Baker in fifth. Sixth place going to Christopher Hodgson. Seventh place, John L. Crawford. Barry Kramer, eighth place. Ninth place, Isaac Campbell. Mason Thompson in 10th now. Magnus Anderson, 11th. Eli Minnick, 12th. 13th, Joshua Parent. Billy Van Meter going to be 14th. Chandler Clark, Keith Hume, Ryan Hatch, Scott Wilkerson still in the pits, coming out now. Yeah, and looking like we've lost a couple more drivers in the race now. Great camera work by the boys in the choppers up in the sky right now as they focus in on the action there in the middle of the pack for us during these pacing laps. Go ahead and cruise through the field for y'all right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let you know we've got Cody Dahl out front with Ryan Allen checking in second place. Third place, Joshua Divers. Chris Vickery, fourth. Troy Baker, fifth. Sixth place, Christopher Hodgson. John Crawford going to be seventh. Eighth place, Barry Kramer. Isaac Campbell going to be ninth position. 10th, Mason Thompson. Magnus Anderson, 11th. 12th place, Eli Minnick. 13th, Joshua Parent. 14th, Billy Van Meter. Keith Hume. 16th. 15th, Scott Wilkerson. 17th, going to go to Chandler Clark. 18th, Ryan Hatch. 19th and down, no longer on the track. 3 laps down at least. Going to be Wyatt Frink, Jason Spear, Rachel Hunt, Rob Higgs, Mark Math, Kendrick Hom, Kim Kraus, Jason Chilton to the end. And they're lined up double file. You know what that means as well as I do, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to get this race back underway. Just as soon as that pace car takes the dive down the track, we're going to be racing again. The 10 has the start at his discretion here inside that Geico restart zone. The 51 checking way back to Ryan Allen coming back there too. Why are they doing that? Are they getting black flagged for false restarts? I don't understand. Really checking up the outside line with that restart there did Ryan Allen. I mean, I don't think it was any ill will, but he really did check up the outside line. They fanned out, and they're all lined up now completely from start to finish on the line of the track now. Everybody just lined up. Nobody's up. There we go. We got a little bit of racing action in the middle of the pack now. Looks like Keith Hume. Oh! No yellow. Mason Thompson there. We're going to back that up. We're live action or not, we're going to back that up. Coming out the turn there. Just gets right to the rear quarter of the 21 there. He's in the wall and out. And no yellow. No yellow whatsoever on that right there. Odd, odd, odd. Like I said, no yellow whatsoever. For the 81, nail in the wall. Nose first. We're speaking of noses, we're on the front end now, watching Ryan Allen make his way up. Third place around the track. Joshua Divers around Cody Dahl now in first position. So right there in front of us is Cody Dahl with Divers in the front. And that's Mr. Chris Vickery in the number 3. They ask for a throwback scheme. That man's always in a throwback scheme. That's the AC Delco 3 for Dale Earnhardt's old car, customized out for his K-Bomb Racing. Back here, we got a little bit of action. A little side paint scraped up on the number 40 there. Wonder what happened exactly to get him to cause that. Probably touching the wall coming out of 2. Ooh, Vickery there in the wall hard on that exit. 16 coming around him with ease now, as was the 21 of Keith Hume. Joshua Divers up front, seemingly just taking the place of Mason Thompson since he is no longer with us. 3 laps down now is the 81 of that guaranteed driver, Mason Thompson. Here we go. Got a little bit of space happening on this track right now. Cody Dahl is going to use that once again to his full advantage. And essentially mimic the 57 move for move to try to throw him off his game. Try to get into his head. So many different ways to go about things on a racetrack. You can push them hard, drive them hard, just whatever it takes to get into their head. Make it happen. That's Bitcoin Boys Magnus Anderson, last week's winner, right there in the number 7, making his way up. He's in 4th position, trying to get 3rd taken out right now. Ryan Allen gonna give him everything he can chew. Oh, what a heavy pass right there. The 7 driving it in deep into 1 and 2 for that. And Diamond now coming off. He's in 3rd position. Strong, catching up to Cody Dahl. Inch by inch, piece by piece, moment by moment. That number 7's going to take 2nd place away from that 10 car. And I don't think there's a thing they can really do about it. Great action. It's like we got some cars tightening it up back here in the back. Eli Minnick seemingly falling off dramatically over the past couple lap times there. Ran a 31-second lap time last time through. Not too normal for that driver. Almost 7/10 off the pace of everybody else. Ryan Hatch and Christopher Hodgson back here, they're going to battle it out. It looks like for 13th position. Hodgson holding on to that position strong right now, not wanting to let it down. The number 8 really putting it out there. Didn't get that slide up to the top line, though. He had the dominant line, but the 56 riding him hard on the inside there, so he couldn't get down low to make the straight line up. There's the drive off for the 56 on the low side. Going to cut around. Oh, yeah. What a pass. What a pass. And falling back to 4th place is Cody Dahl now in the number 10. Rachel Hunt back out on the track. Car's damaged, but she's trying to make up positions for points right now. Joshua Parent up in 2nd place with his teammate right in front of him, Magnus Anderson. So we got a Bitcoin boy running 2-3 right now with Chaos Motorsports driver number 57, Joshua Divers. Still leading this thing off, but he's got some Bitcoin boys in his rear together. Not a good sight to see for any of these drivers on the track. They have the most team wins for the season. 7 wins for that team on the season. 7 wins going to Bitcoin Boy Racing. That's the 16 of Chandler Clark. He set on the pole to start this thing off, and we're going to see if he can make his way back up there. That 16's got a real hot car going on through here now. 29-second lap time for the best. 29.67. Hot, hot, hot time for that driver there. And it looks like they're all breaking into 31-second lap times now. We'll see how that affects them in the long run. If anybody can hold on to that 30-second lap time for the longest, that would behoove them. Not. I was expecting way more crashes, way more big wrecks than what we have seen here, ladies and gentlemen. 56 laps done. We're halfway. We only got half the race to go. They're getting around it in 30-second lap times now, leaving us with about 30 minutes of action here on the track if it stays green for us, guys. And that's a heck of a good time to be having here with the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League live on iRacing, brought to you by Kev Coles TV. My name, Kevin Hazelwood, and thanks for joining us this evening, everybody. I hope everyone's enjoying this wonderful race we're having. Lost some drivers to some silly wrecks, lost some drivers to something that couldn't be avoided, but it does happen. It is racing, and that is part of it. But it is terrible to see some of them go out to good, skilled drivers and just had silly incidents go down. Two of them, one of them winning 5 races to himself. I mean, he just caught the rear of a driver, and another one, very skilled, just like tapped the right quarter of a driver and didn't want to wreck them and pulled their wheel down to the inside to take it that way. Magnus Anderson in the number 7 right to the rear of that 57 car. He's got his teammate of Joshua Parrott right behind him. Cody Dahl back to 6th position now after being all the way up to the front with them guys. And Billy Van Meter making his moves on the track as we come to lap 61. I apologize, lap 60. Billy Van Meter up in 7th position. Now he's back 2 from the start, but by golly, he's on his way back up to where he started at and probably beyond if he has any control of it. John Crawford, there he is, guys, one of the most consistent drivers in the league. Always up front somewhere is that 28 driver of that Javelin machine for Birdhouse Motorsports. Ryan Hatchback here, glad to have him back. Got that rear end damage right now, seems to be holding him up just a little bit, but I think he'll manage to get along. On the inside of the 51 now, Ryan Hatch coming around. Chaos Motorsports' Ryan Allen will take 9th position. Shoo-wee. And that sun set down on the horizon over there, cooling the temperatures off around this humid spot in South Carolina. The track lights have been kicked on earlier on there. Got a wonderful sunset on the background there. But that track is a cooling off for them, ladies and gentlemen, out here. %91% humidity for them with an 85-degree track temp. And it's cooling off as the 3 Rubs that wall just a little more than he wanted to. The 27 getting the inside line. Going to be a little dominant. Hopefully doesn't clear himself too early on his nose. Good driving by everyone here today. They are showing up and showing out at Darlington. Track is too tough to be tamed. Those cars are trying to beat it in line, tapping those walls coming off the thing. When are they going to learn? The concrete has no give to it. Quit slapping those brick walls. The stripe's one thing, but you're bending in your front quarter panels, guys. You need the aerodynamics to be fast.
Caution's out.
Yellow flag.
Make sure you get yourself something to drink there, buddy.
Looking for the wreck real quick. Joshua Parent. All right, let's get this rewound. Yellow flag, what we got here? We got the 22 and the 57 racing it out there, and we got a little drift up there from the 27. 57 holding his line heavy on him. Not going to give him the pass there, but the 22 drifting up. I'm sorry, the 19 of Joshua Parent drifting up a little bit there and clearing himself on the nose of that 57. Going to bring that yellow flag out for us again. Should be fifth caution. And let's get back live. Free pit for the drivers here. The 81 still sitting there banged up. Sad to see that driver falling back like that. Hopefully he gets on the track, keeps to make up some positions there for him. 42 laps completed for the driver. It's going to be about 14 down so far. And Chandler Clark making his way back out onto the field. He's going to be back out there in about 8th position. Magnus Anderson going to take that number 1 spot since the 57 and the 19 wrecked. Joshua Divers had a really good car out there. Actually, all 3 of them are running pretty good and fast. I think they needed to be a little bit more patient on the pass, and things could have been great. Keith Hume Sr. advantageous from that last incident there. Brings him up to 2nd place. Billy Van Meter up to 3rd. John Crawford 4th. 5th place, Ryan Allen. 6th place, Scott Wilkerson. Christopher Hodgson 7th. 8th place, Chandler Clark. Troy Baker 9th. Chris Vickery 10th. Divers after that incident's back in 11th place. He's fast, though I don't see too much damage on him. He should be back up there pretty quick. 13th going to Isaac Campbell and Dahl Mechanicals' Cody Dahl in the pits real quick. He's in 14th. Eli Minnick, 15th position. Parent still under repairs. Dropping back to 17th position. Behind Barry Kramer. And should be 2 to green. Nope, 1 to green. 1 to green for them out there. They're going to double file out. They're going to get Outside, inside lines lined back up out here. One time around for that pace car. Going to dive in on turn 4. And the number 7 will have the green flag in his hands. Gonna be the start of lap 70 coming up. 41 laps gonna be remaining. Woo. Good times to be had here with 41 laps to go. I do believe they can make that on a full fuel run, so that should be the only pit stop needed by any of these drivers out there till the end. Let's see what happens. 65% fuel, 3 sets of tires, 110 laps. Ooh, who had tires left for that? Good question. Green flag, gonna drop. Bam! There it goes, baby. There it goes. As we're back live here, ladies and gentlemen, the number 7 is going to get that big jump out front of everyone. Keith Hume Sr., 0.4 of a second back with Billy Van Meter right behind him in 3rd position. But story going to the big dog up front right now, last week's winner, Magnus Anderson. 40 laps to go at the line. And this race is taking no time at all, ladies and gentlemen, as they are just flying around the track that's just too tough to be tamed here in Darlington, South Carolina. Live on iRacing this evening. It's Tuesday, guys. That's the Birdhouse time. It's the Xfinity Open League out on the track. We had 26 drivers catch up with us today. We got about 14 of them on the lead lap. I'm sorry, 13 on the lead lap and about 18 on the track still with us here. Wrecks do happen when you're racing. Chandler Clark up in the middle of the field right now, 7th position. That was the pole sitter, ladies and gentlemen. He started us off. He's got Scott Wilkerson on his outside there. And he's going to come around him with ease and park that bumper right up in front of him there. We had 2 cars back, slapped the wall just now. Hodgson missing some paint off his car. Must have been him. Oh, the 23 loose. 16 catching his rear. Great recovery by the 23 there. Boy, did he lose the spots, but I'm telling you what, he was being extra respectful to not get slung up in the track, and he lost all kinds of space right there from that. Very unfortunate for the 23, the 16 getting into his rear there in that turn, causing him to get a little squirrely. What a shot coming down that backstretch here at Darlington. It's the 16 making his way along. Keith Hume still in 2nd position. Got a half a second to the leader right now, about 6 car lengths. Not really the spot you want to be in that far back. It's looking like about a 0.2 of a second separating those drivers on lap times right now too. And the guys behind Keith are flying. Let's check those times here. Hume, a 3:07 and a 2:35 and a 2:38 by the drivers right behind him. Chandler Clark hitting a 29.902 in his race trim that last time around. Smoking. Billy Van Meter back here. After that extra heat in the tires on him, he's down almost half a second on his lap times from the rest of the field. Extra heat, extra wear. Didn't need that stuff at any time for that driver. But it happens. It does happen. Chris Vickery up in 8th position now. Great gain for that driver. Him and Christopher Hodgson up a massive amount of places right now. Scott Wilkerson, Christopher Hodgson, and Magnus Anderson, all three drivers up 16 positions since the start of this race. Magnus in first and can't go any higher. Wilkerson and Hodgson, big movers, especially if either one of them move up another spot right now. Speaking of that, you got Christopher Hodgson coming in hot and heavy right behind the 27 right now, gaining spot inch by inch on him as they come up through there. Last time through, we seen Chris Vickery slap that wall just a little bit, letting Troy Baker get the upper hand and get around him now, taking 9th place is Chris Vickery. 8th place going to Troy Baker. What are they going to do with these Bitcoin boy racers out here on the track? That number 7 out there just really tearing up the field right now is Magnus Anderson. Last week's winner, we might have a set of back-to-backers from Bitcoin boys if he can keep this up. 30 laps remain at the line. And he's got one heck of a line coming through 3 and 4 as well, coming through the Geico restart zone. That last lap for him was a 6.65. Matched by the car behind him as well. Keith Hume Sr. making an identical lap time to the driver in front of him. And we've got a race going on in the back here. Eli Minnick to the inside of his buddy, the number 3 there, Chris Vickery, and really might as well let him go instead of lose your position like that, get up into the wall. Let that guy go on by. It's not going to hurt anything. No position lost or gained from the 45 coming around. Ooh, 45 and the 56 both in the wall on that last turn there. Monkey see, monkey do. Keith Hume coming around turn 2. Sorry, that was 4. The 21-second position he has. A little over a second, almost a second and a half to go to catch up to first place, Magnus Anderson. Let's back off this view real quick. Look at the space. Oh, Chandler Clark into the wall. He is going to go way back now. He was up in 3rd position, smacked the wall. The 51 was on his inside. He was giving him a little bit of room. Too much space he gave the inside man and didn't give himself enough to take the turnaround. Slapped that wall pretty rough. Lost a good amount of time. And it's Bitcoin Boy, Doll Mechanical, Chaos Motorsports, a pair of Birdhouse Motorsports for your top 5. I'm telling you, look at the gap that this driver is putting on the field. 2 seconds now. 2 seconds on the pack. With 25 to go the next time around, they had better figure something to do out to catch him, because he's gone. Back here in the middle of the pack, though, we got 10th place race going on. Cody Dahl right behind the number 3 of Chris Vickery. Dahl going to take that high line the whole way around, cut it down low at the end of 2 to make the exit. And the number 10 seemingly inching up on his competition there, but that exit there, slow in, fast off for the 10 coming through. 3 and 4. He had 4 or 5 car lengths to go. Oh, the 8 of Hodgson off the 18 there into the wall on that turn entry. And the 10 of Cody Dahl flying around Chris Vickery. So is the 56 of Ryan Hatch through the inside of that turn there. Oh, Hatch not completely cleared. There he goes right there on the turn there. And that hurt, though, for Hodgson. He hit the wall hard just a second ago. Isaac Campbell to the outside. Hodgson having to go in. He hit hard. Busted his alignment or something on that machine there. He has got to go into pit. With 22 laps to go, he's checking in the pits. Billy Van Meter all by his lonesome out there in 12th position. What an unfortunate turn of events for some of these drivers out there. Very fortunate for others, though. You got Magnus Anderson up to the lead right now. He's 3 seconds up on the field. They better figure something out, like strapping a rocket to their rear end or something to catch this driver, because he is gone, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Allen of Chaos Motorsports is the closest thing to second place right now, as he's, like I said, 3 seconds away from that driver. Keith Hume Sr. falling back a little bit more. He's back into third place. He's got Chandler Clark on his outside coming in to turn 1. And Keith driving in a little deep just to keep that nose up on him there. John L. Crawford closing the gap between him and 4th position. Trying to make it up right there as you see Cody Dahl slap the wall coming out of 2 ever so slightly. He's got the number 3 now to his inside on 3 and 4. And Vickery making the pass to 57 as well, coming through on the inside of Cody Dahl. Billy Van Meter, next car that is in contention with those 2 drivers behind, and he's got a ways to go before he catches up. Isaac Campbell up there as well. He's got about 3 seconds in between him and Cody Dahl. Good times to be had here at Darlington. 18 laps are remaining of action here at the Too Tough to Be Trained track here in South Carolina. The number 7 leading this thing off like it's nobody's business right now for Bitcoin Boy. Now, as I say that, his competition inches ever so close to him. We've got Ryan Allen 1/10 of a second off of the number 7, which means a race is about to bust out in front of our very own face right now. The 51 blowing by the doors of the number 7 of Magnus Anderson. Ryan Allen gonna take the lead here at Darlington, guys. That's a big thing to be seen right now as the Chaos Motorsports driver puts 2/10 between him and the number 7 to make that lead go a little better in his favor. Now, what I am seeing from up here in my booth, I get to catch all the action, all the times, all the stuff like that. Ryan Allen cutting a 32.464 that last time around that he blew the doors off of Magnus Anderson. Almost a cool half a second faster. Now that is a little bit better now. I was going to say if he keeps up them times that he was cutting consistently there, he's not going to hold that lead too long. But this time around he ran a 31.737. Much faster, much much more contentable right there as John Crawford passes Magnus Anderson for second place now. This could get really interesting right now as it's a race for first place between Ryan Allen and John Crawford. And John Crawford having a little bit faster of a lap time than Ryan Allen. So, what could happen here? Could we see a big shootout here for the final 15 laps? 14 to go now, ladies and gentlemen. 13 at the line. I'm sorry. Yeah, 13 at the line. I didn't misspeak. I was right. And John Crawford cuts that lead down to 0.3 of a second. Oh my Lord. That number 28, once again, I said it earlier, he is the most consistent driver that we have in the league. He is in the points contention for the chase. He has not had a win yet, but he will be there no matter what because of his point standing right now. Always finishing up in the higher numbers of the race. So kudos to that driver, but we may be witnessing this driver get a guaranteed spot no matter what. 12 laps to go. 0.3 separating Ryan Allen and John Crawford. Let's kick back here to 10th place. We got Cody Dahl in 10th place. In front of him is Chris Vickery in 9th. In the wall. Somebody was in the wall hard. Chris Vickery was in 9th. Troy Baker, 8th position. Chandler Clark in 7th. Hatch, 6th. Wilkerson, 5th. Hume, 4th. Anderson, 3rd. Crawford, 2nd. Allen, 1st. Interesting times. Interesting times. Do we have it in them here? Ryan Allen, John Crawford, 10 laps to go. Ladies and gentlemen, the action up front's where I'm at right now because I'm really curious to see if they can make this happen. The 51 really close to the wall right there. 28, John Crawford got a good speed bump there, gaining that 1/10 up on him there, and he's going to get another 10th in this turn right here on the drive off. It's going to be close, ladies and gentlemen. There's only hundredths separating their lap times, guys. Not tenths, hundredths. They're very close, and the 28 to the inside of the 51 there slowed him up, not being able to make the full turn there. Watching with bated breath, ladies and gentlemen, as John Crawford comes off of turn 4. Much faster run yet again. Ooh, in the wall. The 51 scraping the wall on entry there. And he hammered on it, guys, coming out of there. We've got 8 laps to go. Wow, he's not going to give it up easy. Going to make Mr. Crawford dig tough for this win. And here we go. One more round to go. We've got 7 laps left here, ladies and gentlemen. The 51 and the 28 are giving us a show up front. We got Troy Baker and Chandler Clark battling it out for 6th place. Now Chandler really trying to get as many points as possible. Just got to remember that's a teammate there, so don't be too mean. Ryan Hatch in the 56 up in 5th place right now. Scott Wilkerson up 18 positions to 4th place since the start of this thing, but he's about to be bumped down in the 5th as the 56 comes to his inside to make that pass right at the line. 6 to go. Ryan Allen, John Crawford. Half a second now. They are back and forth with this gap between these two drivers. It's been between 1/10 and a half a second for 4.5, 5 laps. Now 5 to go. On the track with Ryan Allen, John Crawford, Magnus Anderson running them podium positions right now. Back here in 11th is Billy Van Meter, and he is damaged driving down low like that. Cody Dahl, 10th position. Isaac Campbell, 9th position. Chris Vickery, 8th. Chandler Clark, 7th. Vickery in the wall again. Chandler in the wall, I mean. There it is! They were oh, he's in the wall! He's holding on with his dear life right now, ladies and gentlemen. That 51. Putting the pedal down. There it is. Crawford to the inside now. Coming down the front stretch. Making the entry into turn 1. And the 51 really digging deep. The 28 heavy on the brake there to catch up. And he's got the drive off, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! With 3 laps remaining, that 28 taking a commanding lead. John Crawford up half a sec, 8/10 of a second now on Ryan Allen. And here, that looks like it's going to be all she wrote as long as that thing can stay green for the remainder of this here. Darlington, South Carolina was the place for John Crawford to rule the world, apparently. Coming in with just one heck of a good run. 2 laps to go as we make our way around turns 1 and 2 for the final 2 laps at Darlington. As long as they can keep it green for one more time around, it might be John Crawford's day here on the 2nd of July. Final lap underway, and it's all John Crawford today, ladies and gentlemen. On to the backstretch he goes. Here we go to the turn 3 entry down low for the driver, and it is all John Crawford in the 28. Gonna give him a round of applause here in the booth, man, for the big win for Birdhouse Motorsports. That's John Crawford, first win, guaranteeing him a spot in the chase. He had it anyway, though, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, most consistent driver out in the league. Finally got that dub today. The number 28, John Crawford. And let's go ahead and bring up the results. And Mr. Crawford out there doing his victory laps. Trying to get the results up here on this friggin' broadcast is like trying to... There we go. John Crawford coming in first place. Ryan Allen, second place. Magnus Anderson, third place. Ryan Hatch, fourth place. Scott Wilkerson, fifth place. Sixth place, Troy Baker. Seventh place, Chandler Clark. Eighth place, Christopher Vickery. Isaac Campbell coming in ninth place. 10th place going to Cody Dahl. Joshua Divers, 11th place. Keith Hume, 12th position. 13th going to Christopher Hodgson. Billy Van Meter going to pull off 14th after that whole debacle there. 15th place going to Barry Kramer. Rachel Hunt making up 16th position after that big wreck she was in. Good job, driver. Eli Minnick, 17th place. Mason Thompson, 18th. 19th, Joshua Parent, 20th. Jason Chilton. 21st, Kim Kraus. 22nd, Scott Wilkerson. 23rd, Christopher Hodgson. That's not right. crazy machine doesn't know what it's talking about. So we'll just go ahead and leave it at that. Ladies and gentlemen, though, that was the race here today, and a big win for John Crawford. A big win for John Crawford. I am stoked for Mr. John Crawford. Ryan Allen coming in third position with John Crawford. Big dubs. It's just awesome. Was it Magnus Anderson, Ryan Allen, and John Crawford? Yes, indeed. And it doesn't look like I've got any Bitcoin boys to pull up into the booth. So we're going to go ahead and bring in second place of Ryan Allen. Woo-wee! What a heck of a job, driver. Second place. I thought you were going to hold him off, man. But the consistency of John Crawford cannot be denied. But second place is always grand. Driver Ryan Allen in the booth with us, the number 51. I don't think I've had the pleasure of speaking with you in the booth, driver. How's it feeling?
Hey, it feels pretty good, man. It's been a long time coming to try to get up here to speak with you guys after a race.
Good driving for you out there. Chaos Motorsports getting some good points on the board, too, for you. I mean, you had a heck of a run out there. What were you feeling when you seen that 28 coming up closer and closer?
Thanks, man. But yeah, earlier, when that long green flag run started going, I got by him pretty quick, and I was feeling good. But the more and more I thought about it, I know he's been running these cars for quite some time, I'm assuming. So he knows the game with them. He definitely saved more tire than I did. So I was just watching him close in and try to do everything I could to hold him off, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough. So
you two were so close in lap times for 20 laps. And I mean so close. It was hundredths separating the two of you.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't even every now and then one of you would get a 10th, but the other one would get it back in the next lap. It was 20 laps worth of it. It was really fun to watch, and it's crap happens is all I can say, man. I mean, it's racing.
Yeah.
You were trying to hold it, man, and it just wasn't in the cards for you today, I guess.
No, it wasn't there tonight. Hats off to him, man. He ran a great race. He ran me clean, so I got nothing but respect for the guy.
One of the cleanest drivers you will come across in iRacing is John Crawford. I will go ahead and I will stake my name on that right there. He is one of the cleanest drivers you can come across in iRacing.
Yeah.
So, but hats off to you, man. Do you have any friends, families, or sponsors that you'd like to thank out there?
Yeah, man. I actually got a good list of sponsors. First off, I'd like to thank my whole family. I'd like to thank you guys for putting the races on. All the drivers for coming out. Whole team over at Chaos Motorsports. Masson and Kane Warehousing, Edco Welding and Hydraulic, MEP Performance, HD5, Circle City Raceway, Kinney Mowing, Van Dorn Racing Development, Norton Transport, Avery Dennison, Sim Coaches, Cutscene, and Keep Digging.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there, driver. I don't ever get a list like that when asked for it. They usually go, yeah, I'd like to thank Mom, Dad, and thanks for putting on the broadcast. That's about it. That's what take notes, everyone. That's what we're looking for up here. Thank you so much, Ryan, for coming up here.
Hey, buddy, I appreciate it.
And giving me your time for a moment. And great run for you, driver. I mean, great run. You got one more chance, dude. One more chance next week to guarantee that playoff shot, dude. It's Indy, so good luck, okay?
I'm gonna lace my boots up, and hopefully we can go out there and get it.
Absolutely. That's second place, the 51, Ryan Allen for Chaos Motorsports. Great driving, sir. All right, we're going to bring him up. Y'all know who it is. He's been here many times before, but never here. He's been the bridesmaid for several occasions. Finally, he gets married off for the victory here, guaranteeing that chase run. It's the 28 of John Crawford, my most consistent man in the league, finally got that dub. How's it feel, John?
No, it feels great, dude. It's like, I'm just biding my time, letting people go. trying to drive a smart race. You know, I was actually a couple laps short when we went back racing after that last caution, and clutching it, killing the engine into the turns, and just ran out doing a burnout. So
I absolutely love to hear that even more. The man strategized for this victory here. And it's awesome that we did have that good long run at the end there. That was a good run for the race at the end there. You and Ryan Allen put on a show for me those last 20 laps. I just want to let you know that right now. I mean, I know you got him in the last 4, but those 20 laps y'all ran, that was a show. There was hundreds of seconds separating the two of y'all between there, and all you bided your time well. You waited on that little mistake in the wall, and you struck like a shark in water, man, and you ripped him to pieces in turn 3 and 4, and it was awesome. I was clapping for you. I was rooting for you. I'm supposed to be biased up here, man. But once again, I said it several times through the race when I got to you. I said, you are the most consistent driver in the league that's here. You're always towards the top of the field for the points at the end of the race, almost regardless of the situations, unless you get wrecked out, which I think happened once. So you're always up there. And, buddy, you nailed it, man. So do you got anybody that you'd like to thank out there for that wonderful showing of driving skills out there?
Oh, yeah. My crew chief, and he did a pretty good job. You know.
Absolutely.
That's about it, man.
Man, John, wonderful race by you. You did a great job. One of the cleanest people out there on the track with us here. Definitely the most consistent finisher on the track. And he finally got that big dub. That's the 28 of John Crawford for Birdhouse Motorsports. John, we got Indy next week. I wish you luck there. Maybe you could do a back-to-back and take somebody's hopes and dreams away from them next week. So we'll wish you luck, and we'll see you again, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, that was week 9 for the Birdhouse Xfinity Open League, brought to you live on Kev Calls TV. I am Kevin Hazelwood, and we will see you all next week, Tuesday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, sharp, for week 10 at Indianapolis.